Remember on Saturday when I was breaking down to you guys about what was happening in Chicago, because we got to go local and then we gonna go national and then we gonna go to the money. All right, so that's the agenda. Remember when I was describing to y'all what was happening in Chicago on Saturday, and I was showing y'all that they had robbed and hit 2 Foot Lockers? Well, now it's becoming a thing. What did I say that criminals do? Criminals don't stop. They keep going. Once they realize, hey, the police is not going to arrest me, I'm not going to have any problems, it's not really that big of a deal, they don't take crime seriously here in Chicago. Well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to double down. We're going to triple down. We're going to keep going. Over in Seattle, they didn't arrest those guys until a year later after they had been carjacking, robbing people, stealing, running in stores. It was hilarious on Saturday, Anaka. They did not take those people seriously, and they didn't arrest them until a year later. Well, guess what? They hit another one. This is the third one. Third one over in Chicago. And they say crime is down.
This Foot Locker store remains closed, and it's unclear when it will reopen. It's the third Foot Locker that crash and grab thieves have targeted in the city in the last week. It's happened again.
A smash and grab at Foot Locker.
This afternoon, a steady stream of Foot Locker customers are left stunned after finding out the store is closed following an early morning crash and grab by thieves.
I'm shocked and I'm disappointed at the same time because this neighborhood used to be a very good neighborhood.
It happened around 6 o'clock Sunday.
Guess what, ma'am? Most neighborhoods at some point used to be a really good neighborhood, and that's the problem. Most neighborhoods used to be a really good neighborhood until a certain group of people moved in. It's just the facts. It's just the facts. And again, this isn't a black person problem. This is a black culture problem. This isn't a black person problem. This is a black culture problem. This is a single mother raised several different bad kids, because I'm going to tell you, bro, no kid that got 2 strong parents and a strong father in his household is out here committing these type of crimes. I guarantee it. I guarantee it that no kid that has his strong, masculine, male, heterosexual father that is married to his mother is out here committing these crimes. I guarantee it that no kid would even dare, would even think about committing such a crime. Not at all. Every single time they are missing a father, they are missing a parent, they are missing a community. Mama at work don't know where her kid is at. He out in the streets committing crimes. And you know what she's saying? Well, you know what? The law gonna get him. In the meantime, he's out here terrorizing the community. He's stealing cars, backing them into the Foot Locker overnight, and they stealing K-Swiss and Air Force Ones. They're stealing K-Swiss. This is the reason why we say that it's important, because I know you think you can do it on your own. I know you think you NIEDEEPNT. Do you know what I mean? I know you got it. You got it. I don't need him. You know what? He pissed me off. I'm not happy right now. Whatever. Blah blah blah. So on and so forth. I heard every single excuse. Outside of him mollywopping you, and if he mollywopping you, then it's a good chance that he was mollywopping you before he got you pregnant, so you never should have got pregnant in the first place. If he didn't love you enough to give you his last name, then you shouldn't love him enough to give him a child. Oh, you don't want to talk about that part. If he don't love you enough to give you his last name, you should not be having his child. Oh, but you can't wait. You can't wait. I love him. And now DeMarcus is running in the Foot Lockers and stealing all of the shoes and they're ruining and messing up the money. They did more damage breaking into the Foot Locker than they did actually taking the shoes. DeMarcus, Quantavious, Thirsty, Bam Bam, Big Mac. We all know Real and we all know their nicknames too. Every hood got one. Every hood got one. Nuck, Nuck, Luck, Luck. You named him and you gave him a curse before he even grew up. He was too cute and too precious to discipline. He was stealing forks at the age of 2, stealing food at the age of 4, going in the refrigerator and just eating all of the cereal because he kept jacking off at the age of 12. And now he's decided to graduate to Foot Locker. Eventually he'll go to Banks. He'll start selling drugs, and then we'll go ahead and get him 3 hots in a cot so he can make license plates. That's the cycle. And you know what you do. Oh my God, my baby, I need to make another one. We know you're going to keep on having kids because you got to get your Section 8 on. And you know that you can't actually get married, but you still got to have kids because if you say that you're married or you got a man in your house, they're going to cut your Section 8 off. This is what they're doing in Chicago, y'all.
Morning at the store in the Lake Meadow Shopping Center, located near 35th and King Drive in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood on the city's south side. Criminals targeted the same store around the same time last year.
They won't be able to stay in business because they keep losing money because of the situation. And if they keep losing...
Look at our ladies. Look at our ladies. Scrunched up, dirty t-shirt. Black lips. Got the bonnet on. I mean, she's right, but this is our community. Probably got her a Carnival cruise scheduled for a little later on this month. End of the month, beginning of next month. A girl, I'm trying to get out here for my Carnival cruise.
Losing money, that means they're going to leave, and that means we're going to lose the stuff that we need in our neighborhoods.
Detectives say someone drove a Jeep SUV through the business's front door. That's when a band of thieves got out of the vehicle.
Hey, let me show y'all something else real quick. Watch this.
Jeep SUV through the business's front door.
Both of the police officers are women. Both of the y'all not listening. Y'all not paying attention to how bad our economy is corroding, how bad the culture is. Both of the women, or both of the police officers are women with the big arm. Women with the big arm.
That's when a band of thieves got out of the vehicle and ran into the store and started stealing merchandise, specifically tracksuits and Nike Air Jordans. The burglars
stealing pandas, bro. You stealing pandas?
Then jumped back in the Jeep and drove away. Other businesses in the area are frustrated and concerned that they'll be next.
The whole neighborhood is just sick of people coming into the neighborhood and acting like they can just come ravage your stores, take what they want to take, and then they try to make you feel like you're wrong for defending your property.
The most recent crime spree comes as crash and grab thieves hit 2 other Foot Locker stores in Chicago, one in the West Englewood neighborhood and the other in Humboldt Park. Chicago police have not said if the break-ins are connected. This is people who live and work in this neighborhood fear they'll lose more than just their sense of security if the thefts continue.
I think overall it's really negative. We only have few places that we can shop in some of our neighborhoods. A lot of our malls and strip malls have gone down and they have not replaced them. And so I think we're taking away from our own.
Bro, you talking about they selling them on eBay 30%? Bro, they selling these on Facebook Marketplace hand to hand. They ain't going on no eBay. They ain't doing none of that. It says Facebook Marketplace hand to hand. All you got to do if you want to find out, go in the Chicago area, see who's selling Pandas and Air Force Ones and Skechers and James Harden's for half off and see what they hitting for. and you can find out who your people is. If you're an investigator in Chicago, let me save you some time. Ain't no point in going around in the neighborhood asking who did it. All you got to do is go on Facebook Marketplace, see who's selling pandas in the Chicago area in bulk at all the weird sizes, and you got whoever your culprit is. You got your criminal. That's, you know what? You know what else I realized in my life, honestly? I've realized that the level of effort that it takes to actually steal is just way too much. It's way too much. It's too much. To do it illegally is too many hoops and barriers. You got to go out, work with your friends who's probably going to snitch on you when they get caught, right? You then got to steal a vehicle, okay, because you're not going to do it with a car that you own. So you got to go steal a car. Try to do a lookout. Hope that it's not a patrol car rolling by. And then you got to back it in. Go in there. Try to find all of the shoes. Get the shoes. Then you got to split up the shoes with the other criminals that you committed crimes with. Then you got to list it. Then you got to do hand-to-hand exchanges in order to get $60 a pair. So let's say that y'all stole 20, 30 pairs of shoes. That's 10 a piece. At $50 to $60 a pair, that ain't worth it. That ain't even worth it. All of that for some shoes. For some shoes. Let's say, for example, you sell 10 pair a piece, because all of y'all got to split it, and you get $60 a pop because you're looking to move them fast, and it's 100% profit. That's $600. Let's say you sell them at $120 a piece. Chances are that's not true, but let's assume for the sake of conversation that you sell them at $120 a piece. That's $1,200, bro. You did all of that for 1,200 buckos. That ain't even worth it. That ain't worth the risk. That ain't even worth the risk. I used to look at the dope boys that was standing on the corner all night, and they would be looking stupid as hell. You know, it's cold in the wintertime, but they still got to be at the spot. Everybody know where the stash at. And over by the bando, ain't no heat in that mug. This is the dope boy. You want to see what the dope boys be doing? I'll show you. Crazy out here, my nigga. Yeah, bro. I said, these niggas is cold. Nigga, you know why they moving like that? Because they trying to stay warm. They trying to stay warm, bruh. I'm telling you, that's how they move. Because they trying to stay warm. Got hats, scarves on, moving at work. Moving at work. $10 at a time. $20 at a time. And you got to move it. And you got it on consignment. And so you ain't have enough to get any more than an ounce. So you got that little ounce and you broke it down into dimes and nick bags. And you selling it as a dope boy. Then the profit, I started doing the math. I said, all right, so this is how much you sell for an ounce. Well, what if I moved up to a pound? You know what I'm saying? So you work your way up to a pound because you ain't got no money, and everything that they get, they spend it on clothes, and they just trying to stay fresh. Spend it on a couple hoes in there or whatever. dog, I said, dog, you know how much I gotta move? All right, so if I get a pound or if I get it up to a key, I mean, I could sell it. I could start wholesaling it a little bit more so I can move it. I started doing the math, and that's because the math wasn't mathing. I said, so wait a minute, I got to pay to connect back if I was to get it on consignment. All right, so if I take my own money and then I invest it in myself, and I decide that I want to do it, first I got to go break it down. Then I got to risk getting robbed. And if somebody robbed me, that means I got to go and make an example out of this dude and either beat him the hell up or try to kill him, in which I'm then facing assault and murder just because I had to make an example that nobody can steal from me. And then it's like, you know what? McDonald's don't look that bad. No worries. Crew member benefits. I can eat me a quarter pounder with cheese on my break. Somebody said, Anton, you ain't sold no drugs. Exactly. That's my point. Is that I've never sold them because I couldn't make sense of it. It didn't. The math wasn't mathing. I had that much sense. I certainly had that much sense that, man, if I get arrested, my mom and them is gonna be mad at me and stuff. You're 100% right. That's my whole point. Is that I started doing the math. I went to chemistry class. I knew what a gram was, a key was, a pound was, an ounce was. I knew what all of it was. I started doing the math. It didn't make sense. I said, you know what? This is a dead man's game. That's my whole point, you dummy. I'm not saying it to glorify it. I'm telling you that it was a dumb proposition. Of course I didn't. That's the whole logic. That's why I'm sitting here having this conversation with a 40,000 plus watch on, is because I chose not to sell drugs. That's the whole point. But I was watching and I was paying attention. I was watching and I was paying attention. I said, yeah. And then I seen the Ray van coming down the street sometimes. I said, nah, this don't make sense. This don't make sense. It didn't make sense. And I didn't know any of them that never got arrested and stuff. I said, man, I ain't doing all of this. The dude that was the freshest one, the dude that was always the freshest, he the one that had the 96 Impala back in the day. You know what happened to him? He got killed. He got set up. He got killed.